Well, this this Corona here, the Rona, has got us just being relaxed as much as possible. What you think?
I didn't. I wasn't planning on talking about the virus.
I know that.
So why are you talking about it?
I mean, some kind of
Oh
info.
my goodness! Just start with the stuff.
Oh,
Oh, and we are gonna have kids in the background because y'all know.
yep. Fortnite. They don't know how to be quiet. And all this other stuff. So we got to make do with what we got to make do. No.
I ain't soundproofing nothing.
Yep. I'm Micah,
I'm Jay.
and this is Married with Opinions. So our opinion for today is, again, I said it the other week, that if we can't find anything, well, y'all motherfuckers on Facebook do provide some kind of interesting entertainment. So the one we ran across was that you have a couple, and what happens is the woman falls on hard times due to what's going on with the Rona. So she's with her boyfriend, and she asks, can she move in until she's able to get back on her feet? And he says no. So the next thing she does is
I thought it was vice versa. Thought she started with asking for money first.
okay. Well, let's just go with that. She started with asking for money first. She asked for, was it half the bills or $300? No, she asked for $300 or something, some small amount, just to kind of help her get caught up on some things. And he said no. So then she asked, could she move in and pay half the bills at his place? And he states that he doesn't feel like doing that, having a woman move in that's not his wife.
He basically ain't ready for it.
He ain't ready for it. So the thing is what does that say about this particular person? Or better yet, the scenario in itself. So where we going with that?
I don't know. My problem is it didn't really say how long they had been together or anything like that.
No, it really didn't.
But in the end, it'd be different if it was something I was in control of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I just got lazy at work and then they said, hey, you got to go. But if it's because of something that's, it was unavoidable, basically.
Right. It really was.
And that's, in a way, that kind of shows me my place in that relationship.
Yeah, true.
And one thing that it also shows is you can't rely on him.
Really?
To me. Like, honestly, because for one, it takes a lot. For most women nowadays, even me asking my husband for anything, it takes a lot for me to do.
A lot of this is personal, personal preference. So,
but she, we don't know what type of woman she is. She may be the type of woman that's used to handling her own stuff.
Look, and all the fact that she asked for was
even dating him. That's where I get that vibe from, because she ain't asking him for nothing.
Well, she asked for $300.
No, I'm saying prior to this, relationship.
What I'm getting at to solidify what you're saying is that for her to ask for that small amount to even just to take care of what she needed to before she asked to move in, because she just needed a little something, and it didn't sound, because of what's going on, like you said, it was out of her control. That seemed like this would seem like to be a temporary situation for her. And for her to even her asking to move in, knowing she doesn't have a job, and that she's still able to pay half the bills, also means she's not, like you said, she's used to taking care of everything. So I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, you just threw me off what I was saying, though. That's why I'm
like, okay.
Because now I don't forget.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What I was saying. So, never mind.
Wow.
Carry on, sir.
Well, goodness. That was not where I was expecting to go with this. I was not expecting to sit up here.
And y'all wonder why women don't want to ask y'all for shit.
That goes along with the situation.
We don't even ask you for nothing and you give it anyway.
Mm-hmm. I got you. I got you.
Okay, let's see. Alright. So yeah, it does, she does come off as that type of woman to not really want to have to rely on a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then so with that, it's like, for him, that could have been what attracted him to her.
Right.
Because she was independent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the sad part is, in some relationships, those hard times come up.
Yeah, you never know. And honestly, for him to bring up he didn't feel like doing this for someone who's not his wife, as being one is married, like I said, this is married with opinions, that is one of the things that, for richer or for poor,
okay,
that you will have to end up, that will actually might come up. You don't ever know. Because the person who is the breadwinner, that other person might have to pick up in that situation. But again, like my wife said, it doesn't specify how long they've been together, what the details. A lot of these on Facebook that doesn't bring out the details of what's going on, the length of relationship. I'm sorry, go ahead, what was you saying? Did I throw you off again?
Will you stop? Let me say my piece and then you can say yours. Okay. So, like I said, he may have been attracted to her independence. Okay. But if this, it's kind of like trial and error as well. If you are showing me, well, that's like, you know, if it talk like a duck, walk like a duck, act like a duck, it's a duck.
Right.
Okay. So if this man has basically shown you, well, in a way, I have no intentions of making you my wife. Because I don't plan on you moving in here. Or, you know, even then, but you know, it's, I mean, they could have been dating 3 months. But they also could have made up a contract saying, hey, this, and that. You know, as far as the living situation, if she was going to move in. But, you know, some people just not ready to give up their independence.
This is true.
You know, and then you have some people who, like for her, by her saying she was going to pay half the bills, in a way that didn't seem like she was trying to move in as your girlfriend. She was trying to move in kind of like a tenant would.
Yeah.
That's the way I take it.
Right. Trying to, release the burden on him. Actually, it would have been...
And it would have helped her.
It would have helped her and helped him. Because at that point in time, that was half the bills you ain't have to pay. Or we also know when another person comes in, bills do increase. It's just like you just can't get past that.
Yeah, a whole $30 on your power bill. I mean, it doesn't jump up that much.
Right, but I'm just saying, it increases. But
your rent don't increase.
No, it sure don't. No. No, in this particular situation, these things that have been pointed out, yeah, you're right. It seemed like they had a lot to work on in that relationship. And there's some people that believe, okay, he was right in saying that. I mean, it's his prerogative, it's his home and whatnot, and he didn't want to make that step just yet. Mm-hmm. But I don't think helping her out on a hard time necessarily meant that they were still going, that they still could, he still could have been going there. He could have just been like, okay, but again, we don't know his situation too. He might not have had the room. Yeah. And she knew it. She knew what he had over there.
But even then, I mean, you can come over here and lay up in my bed. Right? Not you.
No, I get what you're saying.
But, I got the space for you during that time. Mm-hmm. Or he does during that time.
Right.
But again, it's I don't know. I mean, during a hard time, a lot of people make certain sacrifices. And you have to get out that comfort zone sometimes to help someone, especially if you want them to do better. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. It wasn't something she could control. That's what's pissing me off with the situation. Like, it wasn't. I doubt she planned it. She didn't say, "Hey."
And let's not get it twisted. There are, because the scenario is easier to say this is happening to a woman and a man is denying her, so the story will get more traction because women pass this along. There are things where the shoe is on the other foot, and just as well. And so that's why it's also easy to say, hey, look, it's that person's prerogative. Because we're all humans. We want our own comfort. We want our own space.
Yeah.
So you can't. So this is
especially during this time, you ain't got nowhere else to go. Shit.
And at the end of the day, you really also makes you look at, wonder about who's got your best interest at heart. We, as a matter of fact, know of plenty of people where they've helped other folks, and when it's time, and given they didn't necessarily have to do it, they still was there for somebody else. And then when it was time to return the favor, it definitely wasn't reciprocated, or it can't be reciprocated. There's a difference in there when you can't versus won't.
Right.
Because some people can't even take care of themselves.
Right.
But sometimes those are also the people who you want something in return from. So, just you just give what you can when you can, and if he sees where it's not going to be reciprocated, or some people being selfish where it's going to benefit mutually, because one person might get shortchanged, and you might want to that might be one thing you want to evaluate. So,
I mean, in the end, it's it just is what it is. But I know from a female standpoint, if I was the one asking that man for help, I know for me personally, it took a lot to even get to him, for me to even come out and ask him for anything. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think about it. Most of the time, that's not your first choice.
And what you saying that? Hold on. Are you finished saying what you're gonna say?
Go ahead.
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. And then, it puts a lot of doubt into that relationship as well. Like, well, if I can't rely on you when I need you the most, then what's the point of us continuing this? I understand you're not ready, but sometimes, God forbid, pregnant, then what you supposed to do then? Just be a baby mama for 7 more years? I mean, it just, just because you're not ready doesn't mean shit don't happen.
To kind of go off of that, contradictory even what I said earlier, it's also sometimes easier for men to come and ask for a woman.
Oh, yeah.
Of that, because I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, he could ask her and it'd be no problem. And it would probably be like, hey, for her, she's like, oh, this man's probably thinking he knows she's going to be okay with them being together all the time. Her getting to see her every day. She can get the loving that she's looking for.
Yeah, but women get tired of this shit too.
Well, what I'm getting at
it takes a lot for, just like a man, it takes a lot to let someone into your space.
Right. So,
my decision to let you into my space was not on a whim.
No, it was not. No, it was not.
I just knew it before you did.
Is there anything else we want to say on this subject?
No, man. Just look. Don't be stupid.
I think a lot of our conversations, that's what they end up being. Don't be stupid about situations, especially.
And the thing is, in this particular situation, that doesn't mean it's the end of that relationship either. It's just bad timing. Some people can deal with certain things, differently.
Right.
But like my nigga, if I'm in need, my whole thing has been, if I got to ask my daddy for anything and I'm dating you, what am I dating you for?
Right. Yeah.
Because I bet you ain't calling your mama for some cooch.
That was nasty.
Boom.
That was nasty.
I'm just saying.
You always go there. Just saying.
Because I sure as fuck ain't gonna be calling my daddy for.
See, exactly. That's why I said it's nasty.
It is nasty.
But you gotta go. Why is it just like?
That's my perspective.
This is another. Women, y'all always go
because y'all. Everybody benefits from relationships, even if it's just physical or mental or emotional, whatever it is. You're benefiting from that relationship in some kind of way. So sometimes you got to pay for that benefit.
See how she turned and looked at me when she did that.
Dinner. Wendy's, nigga. 4 for 4.
4 for 4. Was there anything else you want to say?
No, I'm done.
All right.
But let me tell you this. Just don't. Okay.
So as usual, thank you for spending time with us, and please comment below if you have anything you want to tell us where you don't mind being known, and also below in the description should be our email, and I will flash it here on the screen, which is married WOP at gmail.com. She hates when I do this because it's just like
you're not gonna see that big ass print across the screen. Anywho, carry on, sir.
So again, I'm Micah.
I'm Jay.
And thank you for spending time with us.